Are you feeling uncertain about selling your home? Do you wonder what needs to be done to get it sold, what you could sell it for, and how to get an acceptable offer? If that's the case, then Get Me Ready to Sell is the podcast just for you. Your host, Jeff Jones, is a realtor, coach, and entrepreneur, and he can help you gain the confidence you deserve to successfully sell your home. Here's Jeff.
I want to give you all the information you need to make good decisions so that you're confident in your home selling ability. Whether you do it on your own or use a real estate agent. I'm a real estate agent, I'm a realtor. So of course, I would like you to use a realtor. But regardless, you need to be prepared to get your home sold. So let's take a look at this top 10 list. The number one tip is to prepare your property to be sold. That's the interior and the exterior. You may need to replace some things or repair some things. You have a leaky faucet, it may need to be replaced, or it could just be repaired. Maybe your chimney hasn't been used or cleaned in a while. It needs to be checked out if there's any repair work that needs to happen. Your landscape may need to be done. Do you have some bushes that didn't survive the winter that need to be trimmed back? Do you need to add some color, pick up some sticks, get rid of some limbs? Just some general curb appeal to make your house look appealing. Do you need to remove some stuff? Declutter what's in the house. Maybe there's debris in the yard that needs to be removed. And speaking of decluttering, I tell sellers when they're ready to sell their house, they know they're moving out. We don't know if their house is going to be on the market for only 2 or 3 days or 2 or 3 months or 4 or 5 months. But what I suggest to them is to have their house ready and live in it as if they were a guest. Get rid of all the personal stuff that they have in there, especially if it's a lot of things. A lot of decluttering needs to take place. You don't want to get buyers confused about all the different things you have in there, and then they can't see their own pieces of furniture, their own decorations in the home because you have too much in there. Doesn't have to be a blank home, but it just needs to be minimal stuff in there so your stuff's not all over the place. Preparing your home is a critical first step in getting your home sold because the preparation process gets it ready to potential buyers. That's what you want. You want buyers to see pictures or to see videos, or when they even walk in, you want them to see a house that's been ready for them. Not just, oh, by the way, company's coming over, and nobody's cleaned anything in a couple of months. The toilet seats are all up. Trash is overflowing. You don't want those things. Get your home prepared, because preparing your home sets you up for the second tip, and that is to price it right. You need to price your home for buyers. Don't necessarily look at what you want to get for the home, but price it so that buyers would be interested. I don't mean a lowball price. I mean a good market price. You need to set it for a price that if I was bringing a buyer and I was doing research, I wouldn't say, oh, this house is way underpriced, we need to jump on it, or this house is way overpriced. I don't think that we need to go take a look at it, because if the seller is at this price, they're probably not going to negotiate $40,000 or $50,000 off. Just keep in mind that you need to price it right. Pricing it right begins with researching comparable homes in your area to determine a competitive asking price. So how do you find out about those homes? Homes close to yours in your neighborhood are as similar to yours as possible. That's what you want to find. And you may have to go outside of your neighborhood to find homes, but you want to do some research and find what homes in your area have sold. What are they selling for now? What's on the market, and what are people asking for those homes? You can find that information, but you're also going to have to know what homes like yours have sold for. Not just what they're listed for right now, but what they've sold for. You may live in a non-disclosure state, meaning that what homes sold for is not made public. Mississippi, the state I'm in, happens to be one of those states. Your state may or may not be. When you look up homes on websites and you can see what's on the market, you're trying to look for what's already sold. And in a non-disclosure state, you're not going to see that amount because it's not made public. And the non-disclosure states, as of now, this is March of 2023, Alaska, Idaho, Kansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, various counties in Missouri, Montana, New Mexico, North Dakota, Texas, Utah, and Wyoming. Those states don't disclose what homes or properties sold for. They don't disclose it to the public. However, it is disclosed in the realtor community through the MLS, the multi-listing service. If you're engaged with a real estate agent, they have that information. So it's easy for me to find that information because it's recorded. It's not recorded for homes that were for sale by owners. So a neighbor across the street sold their home for sale by owner. That property may not be public, and it would be a great one to know. So unless you can get them to tell tell you, it's going to be hard to find out exactly what that home sold for. So just know that you need to price your home right, and look at it this way. Pretend that you're a buyer. See yourself as a buyer who happens to know every detail about your home. Would you pay what you're asking? That's a great place to start. Prepare your property, price it right, and then promote the property. Once it's ready, and once you've got a good market price for it, you need to begin promoting that property. And promoting that property starts with high quality photographs. If you're not a good photographer, don't go cheap on the photographs. Get them professionally made. High resolution photographs. You need to make sure that they record a good perspective of the home, outside and inside. So show those best features. Don't skew things. Don't have photos edited where the walls are different colors, those type of things, because it's misleading to the public. There's some businesses that offer virtual staging. It's okay as long as you identify in your pictures that some pictures were virtually staged. If it's an empty dining room and they put a dining room table in there, they put some things in the kitchen, they put a bedroom together for an empty room. So it's okay to use the virtual stagings just as long as you identify it. So you got pictures, you got video. That could be you walking through the house. If you can do a drone, make sure you get some images of the roof and kind of spin around and see the neighborhood. There are opportunities for you to do a 360 guided tour, or somebody who's actually watching it can take their screen and move it around and go through a door over there to a different room and jump back in here. Then they're able to look at a 3D rendering of the layout of the home. That's really accurate. It may not be 100% accurate, but it's really accurate. And then in promoting your property, you also want to utilize the online platforms. They're the multi-listing services that you can get access to through realtors. There are Realtor.com, Zillow, a ton of online sources, plus the social media sites. You want to make sure that potential buyers have access to the information. So prepare it, price it, promote it. Those three things. And over the next several podcasts, we're going to be diving into each one of those in much more detail. Check out ReadyToSellScore.com to discover how ready you might already be to get your home sold.